Hi there, Gemini. Welcome back. Let's get into this. See what's going on in your energy. Spirit, give us a clear, concise message here for Gemini. Gemini. Ten of Swords is the first card out. So somebody here definitely feels betrayed. You're definitely stuck in your head about something. Maybe something went wrong. We'll get deeper into this. Tell me more about the Ten of Swords, Spirit. Somebody had bad intentions towards you. This might be a past situation where you felt betrayed by this person. This person's intentions they weren't on the up and up. Okay, so somebody was playing games. They weren't on the up and up. They weren't telling you the truth. This person was a liar. They were hiding things from you and being sneaky. And now this person has you stuck in your head. But the good news is you're not going to stay in that energy very long. I see you fighting back. I see you moving on. I see you becoming this privileged woman here. I see you getting yourself together and regrounding yourself quickly. Like boom, 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 on top of it, Gemini. Getting a different perspective and looking at things differently is the one thing that's going to help you plan ahead, okay? So looking at things differently, looking at all sides of something, even though it might make you sad, it might be something that is going to hold you down, like the sadness part, but the healing part is going to come from that. Okay, so you do have the star card coming out twice. So it makes me feel like you do have a wish fulfillment that is coming in for you. Something that you've been wishing for is coming in. So, yes, it's like, something bad happened, but guess what? Guess what? It wasn't meant for that person to be in your life. You know what I mean? It just wasn't meant for that person to be in your life when this good stuff comes in. The stuff that you've been waiting for. Now, with the Two of Swords coming out right next, I know that you do not see this coming in. Because I see here you haven't been doing much about this situation. You haven't been doing very much, or you haven't been doing the right things. All right, it doesn't necessarily mean that you haven't been doing much, but it could be like you just haven't been doing the right things to get this wish fulfillment. Okay, you might be working completely alone, being single. Okay, some of you are might be single, doing things alone. I am seeing that this person that betrayed you is definitely somebody who's in competition with you, somebody who feels like, you're a competitor to them. And that is definitely something that's coming out in this reading, something that's being illuminated here to you, Gemini, is that that person finds you to be a competitor. They find you to be dangerous. They find you to be somebody that they need to crush. Yeah, they find you to be a challenge. You are challenging that person. That's why they had to stab you in the back. But you know what I'm also seeing here? I'm also seeing the end of something. You are at the verge of a new beginning, a new chapter here. Let's get into this deeper. A new chapter, Page of Swords, planning things out, I'm hearing. Getting things done. Maybe you don't have the money for something, okay? Maybe that's what's been holding you back. Maybe that's why you're not doing the right, quote, the right things, okay? Or maybe that's why you're not doing something at all, right? Maybe it's because of the funds at this time. But we do have the Page of Swords coming out, so that tells me that you are definitely in the right process of moving forward, having a new beginning, leaving the past in the past, and also planning things out strategically, thinking about things and figuring out how to get from point A to point B, because that's what we're all trying to do, right? We're all trying to get from point A to point B and trying to figure it out. How do we get there, right? Because you already know you're going to be facing people coming toward you who are going to want to compete with you. You do have a match that is out there for you. So I see you as being single, Gemini. Okay? If you're not single, just leave that part out. That part is not for you. Remember that this is a general reading, so take what resonates, leave the rest for somebody else. Okay? But Gemini, if you are single, your soulmate, your twin flame is out there. And it looks like he's coming in this next chapter. The perfect person for you. Somebody who's very grounded, very committed. Somebody who's going to add to your life. And I think adding is the most important thing here. Because if you have somebody in your life who's not adding joy, peace, or something to your life, then guess what? They are draining your energy, and more likely they are a what? A vampire. Energy vampire, right? So this person that's coming in is going to be the opposite. They're going to be perfect. They're going to be the one that's going to give you the courage, the resources, the commitment to help you rise up, to help you move on, okay? Not only heal, but move on and move on big times, right? Move on to something much, much better. I'm hearing you're going to shock your enemies. I'm hearing your enemies are going to be surprised because you're going to be able to come out from under their thumb. You're going to be able to, or you have already done it, because this could be a past reading. Like you've already done it. You've already, their foot is no longer on your neck. It's done. They can't hold you down anymore, Gemini. They can't hurt you. They can't do nothing to you. I'm hearing it's been a difficult road, Gemini, but you're not going to repeat it again, right? This new person that's coming toward you, this one that is perfect for you, could be a Taurus, Virgo, or a Capricorn, or they might have that in their chart. But I'm hearing you are going to shock your enemy. You are going to surprise them. You're not going to let them know what you got going on. Actually, I see some of you, you're actually going to avoid your enemy. And guess what? While you're avoiding your enemy and you're on and you're doing your own thing, your enemy is going to be trying to avoid you because of the embarrassment, because they thought that they won and only to find out that they didn't win anything. You're still getting your wish fulfillment, whether they like it or not. You're going to get your way, and you're going to get it like a dream, a big dream coming towards you. So your enemy is going to be hiding from you. Ooh, they just knocked the cards out of my hand. Let me get that. Where did it fall? I want to make sure I can see it before I pick it up. It is the Three of Cups. Okay, it's the Three of Cups. So, Gemini, I'm hearing you will have reasons to celebrate. For some of you, I'm hearing this might be a commitment, a marriage party, okay? Something like that. But you will have reasons to celebrate here. You might even be throwing a big party. Guess what? This person who has stabbed you in the back is going to have to sit there and watch. They're going to have to sit there and watch you celebrate in their face. So whoever this is somebody who is still watching you. They still has their eye on you, and they know what is going on in your life, Gemini. They know. They know, and they can't do nothing about it. You will be celebrating, and they cannot do nothing at all about it. They're going to want to, I can tell you that. They're going to want to. Oh, wow, the Eight of Coins. So what I am getting here is that you are going to be focused. So focused on building your skills, paying attention to details, I'm hearing. You are going to be perfecting your craft or your skills or whatever it is that you do for a living. I hear that you are going to be starting or growing. It could be starting or it could be growing your career or something that you're working on. It could be a personal project as well. Something about you being present. Maybe in the past, we do have the Eight of Swords over here. Maybe in the past you've been so stuck in your head about things, things that didn't work out for you, people who came up against you, people that blindsided you. You've been stuck about thinking about that person, thinking about what happened, right? But now I'm hearing you're going to be living in the moment. Processing, yes, still processing what happened to you, but living in the moment. And because of that, you're going to be very mindful of everything that's going on around you, which is going to end up helping you build even more because you're going to be living in the moment. That means you're going to be able to enjoy and absorb more. So, for instance, like say if you're studying for something, remember back in the day when you'd be studying for something and you kept going over something over and over again and it's like it just wouldn't stick, it wouldn't stay in your head, right? Well, now because of all this healing that you've already done, right? And all this peace that's coming towards you and you being so focused, now you're going to be able to absorb more. I'm hearing you're going to become like a sponge. Like you're going to just pick up things. Like you're just going to watch a YouTube video and then boom, know how to do something. Just like pick it up quickly, not something that you have to like study or go over again and again. No, I'm hearing like your mind is going to become a sponge. And that sponge, your brain, is going to help you build something bigger. So I'm hearing like you're going to have like how do I say it, benefits coming from the work that you've already done, right? And then you're going to build on top of that and build more. So it's like if I could put it in materialism, right? In the material world, it's like buying a house. Now you're going to buy another house and then you're going to buy another house, right? Like growing, growing, expanding, and then receiving at the same time. Growth. Lots and lots of growth. That's what I'm seeing. And because you are able to do something, you're going to learn something. And I'm hearing you're going to do it over and over and over again. Like you're going to find the recipe that works for you, right? And then you're going to do it over and over and over again. And that's how you're going to find your way building and building and building. It's all about finding that recipe. That is why you're going to be celebrating. So not only are you going to have the support that you've been looking for, not only are you going to have the people around you who you're going to be rubbing elbows with, who are going to be here to support you, because that's what I'm seeing too. But I see you growing and supporting yourself, which is the most important thing. I think a lot of times when we do things, we forget to reward ourselves or to, like some people, they start businesses and like I've seen it on Shark Tank. Have y'all ever seen that where the person's up there and they're like, "Yes, I made all this sales," right? But they don't pay themselves, stuff like that. But you're gonna be doing both. That's the beauty of it. So you're going to get paid while you're still growing. So you're going to get paid and grow, which is the healthy way of doing things because that means you're going to have time to relax. You're going to have time to enjoy life. You're going to have time to do the things that you've never done before, like go traveling, right? So some of you Geminis might be traveling soon, very soon. We have the death card coming out. I'm going to find out more about that. Let's see what else came out. Ooh, we got the Ace of Cups. Oh my gosh. So that is new beginnings. Anytime you get an ace, guys, right? It's new beginnings. But what is so special about the Ace of Cups is that it's about new beginnings and something about emotional, spiritual, or it could be something that you're going to be doing creative, which I feel like remember I told you about the repeating something, doing it over and over and over and repeating it and then mastering that skill and becoming better and better and growing and then also enjoying what what you're growing, right? But also bringing in the creativity. See, when you bring in the creativity, Gemini, that's when things are going to keep you going because that keeps you stimulated. It keeps it interesting. And that's what's imperative here. Keeping things interesting because if you just do the same thing over and over again and you don't grow and you don't change things a little bit and get creative, because the creative side is what's going to help you, right? Things become boring and then you start doing shortcuts and then it just like becomes this huge job and it's no longer fun. You're no longer passionate about it, right? But once you bring in that creativity, it's going to help you balance everything out. Everything is going to change. That's what I'm hearing. Everything is going to change once you start pulling in the creative side of yourself into your project, into whatever this is, your career, whatever it is. Getting creative. That's what's going to help you here. I'm also seeing an overflow of love and joy and happiness and a new relationship, definitely, which we already saw that coming out. But this could be like you and that person coming back together or reuniting and re-sparking things, right? Like, so if you do end up getting married to this person, there is going to be a period here, or if you have already married this person, okay? So for you who is already married, I'm hearing like a new something to be resparked again. I'm hearing like another honeymoon or something like that. So I'm hearing for you who is already married or you are already in a committed relationship, things are going to get better. You thought things were good, things are going to get better. Okay? That's what I'm hearing. Things are going to get better and better. I'm hearing like this is going to be divine love. The love of your life. That's what I'm hearing. So, for some of you who are not married, and if you're single, this is going to be a whole new, fresh start for you to find somebody or reconnect with that person. Okay, the person. This is definitely a new person that's coming in. Let me just verify that. For you who is single, this is definitely a new person that's coming towards you. Okay, yes. Definitely a new person. But for those who are married, this is just you like finding that person again, rediscovering that person again, you know? It's kind of like you've been around that person for so long and it's like you already know so much about them and then you find out there's something else that you didn't know about them, you know, rediscovering them, which makes it the relationship exciting again. So that's what I'm hearing. It's going to be a very good time for you. So, yes, even though this reading started out with the Ten of Swords energy and you going through that, but now you're taking control, Gemini, and now you're pushing forward. You're healing and you have that wish fulfillment coming toward you. You're pushing it forward. It's all about you and your perspective, how you are looking at things, how you are, I want to say, staying in the moment and taking advantage of the moment is going to help you a lot. Anyways, Gemini, thank you for being here. Congratulations. You got a lot of good stuff coming towards you. You cannot control what other people do, but you can control yourself, right? And when you control yourself, you control your destiny. And this person's going to have to sit there and they're just going to have to watch it all happen. Yes. That's the beauty of it, right? Isn't that the best revenge? You know what I mean? Is doing better and like rising up and like rubbing it in their face that you have it in you, something that they never thought that they could crush, you know, they never thought that they could see the day that you were going to like rise up. You know what I'm saying? They thought that they were going to be able to crush you and stop you and prevent you, but instead you're just going to like rub it in their face, your success, your new love, your joy of life, and you know what I mean, and being able to celebrate and have a party, and some of you are going to be getting married, and you know what I mean, and that person is just going to have to sit there and watch it happen, you know, that kind of thing. Anyways, thank you for being here, Gemini. Catch me in the next one. Y'all take care. Bye bye.